so in awe of Jesus feeding the 5,000. Like, he takes 2 loaves of bread, a bunch of fish, and is able to provide for thousands and thousands of people. Like, I'm like a party, like, love to have people over, and that would be such a cool gift to have. Like, 1, it would save me a lot of time like prepping food, but 2, it would save me so much money as well. And so when we read about Jesus feeding the 5,000, a miracle that most people have heard about, I'm just so in awe of what he can do. We've talked a bunch of times about the authority that Jesus had over the world. Right? He could walk on water, he can turn water into wine. He proves that he's the Son of God because of these crazy things that he can do. And I look at Jesus's power over people. The fact that 5,000 people, I mean, it says 5,000 men, so more than 5,000 because there's probably a bunch of women and children there as well, stopped what they were doing to go follow him, to listen to him, and to watch him do these miraculous works. Man, Jesus is able to do these things, and people are drawn to him because of it. And it's not like now you can take the day off work, you can reserve tickets to go see someone. This is you going out of your way, saying this is more important than the money I'm gonna make today. This is more important than all the plans I have. I want to travel a distance to see this man do some crazy things. That's because Jesus is worth it. People are drawn to him because one word from what he has to say has meaning, and he's doing all these incredible things. In the book of Matthew, one of the disciples goes, hey, we should send these people home so they go eat for themselves. In John, which you guys read today, it says that Philip kind of questioned Jesus, like, hey, we don't have money to pay for all these people to eat. What do we do? And this is what Jesus says. Then Andrew, Simon's brother, spoke up. There's a young boy here with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what good is that with this huge crowd? So somewhere a young boy goes like, hey, I have something. Maybe this isn't enough to fill 5,000 people, but I have something. And Jesus, this is what he says. Tell everyone to sit down, Jesus said. So they all sat down on the grassy slopes. Then Jesus took out the loaves, gave thanks to God, and distributed them to the people. After he did the same with the fish, and they all ate as much as they wanted. Now, I don't know how Jesus did it. I don't know if he just had a bag and he just kept pulling things out of the bag like Mary Poppins. I don't know if he went somewhere and provided right away, but he had so much food for everyone there. And this isn't just a magic trick. We have 5,000 witnesses that says Jesus was able to provide like this. I don't know if you've ever been in a place where you're like, I don't know what's next. You're sitting and you follow Jesus, and then you're like, but where do we go from here? I'm gonna continue following him, and maybe things get hard, maybe you're hangry, but you don't know what's coming next. Or like the disciples, and they're like kind of questioning, like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to go from here? In those places, I want to look at Jesus, because Jesus is so clear to the people that follow him. He will provide. He will provide for you. Even in those circumstances when things seem impossible, if you're able to go to Jesus and say, this is what I have, Jesus can make use of it and provide. So what does that say about Jesus? If he provides for the ones that follow him, what does that tell us? It just means that we have to show up. We have to sacrifice our time. We have to sacrifice maybe a paycheck in order to follow him and take out of our time out of our day to do that. And in those times of really uncertainty, to go, like, this is what I have. Jesus, I know you will use it because you provide for those who love him and seek after you. And maybe it's going one step further too. Not only showing up, but when those times in need, in those circumstances, going up to God humbly and saying, this is what I have, how are you gonna use it? Because I know you're gonna provide in crazy ways.